back again. Today I am super sore from all my obstacle course workouts, so it is a stretch day. And I benefit from being able to do this right in my hallway. I also have my pull-up bar in the door. And I have my bands which help me stretch. And these I got from Goodwill for $3. Someone in their perfect condition. I check for breakage. I check for any rust or disconnected straps. And altogether, I want to say this is, I forget what this is. I'll have to look it up. But I want to say it's 50 pounds. So in between very intense workouts, I do make sure that I stretch. And this is a yoga mat I got last Mother's Day from my sisters. I'm already stretching. And it's very useful all the time when I'm stretching. I use it quite a bit. I could use it more than what I do. Again, I watch a ton of YouTube videos and I do the P90X3 yoga. Not what I'm doing right now, but that is where I get most of my knowledge as far as when it comes to stretching. And this was almost 11 years ago. I had a fitness trainer from the YMCA, North of Barrow, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So shout out to them for being able to assist me during that time period. But now I've come to develop a nice routine that helps me target all my sore muscles, which could have been prevented had I stretched properly before my workout yesterday. So when I say I have a full body stretch routine, it's because my full body is aching. And most of the time, I can get rid of those aches and pains with 10 minutes of a good stretch. Like, my armpits hurt right now from flipping the tire. And even though I don't have a partner to help me stretch, I have handy dandy bands, which I will usually, I recommend putting on shoes, but I don't because it's me. I don't pull all 50, but I flex my toes. And I believe my yellow band is the lightest one. So I'll just start with my yellow band and I will flex. And that just gives a nice stretch. Whew. I feel it all in my core. So you see it that way. If I turn this way, this is how I'm stretching. Arching my back, and arms up and out. And that resistance just helps a lot. Okay, next color up, and you can see the thickness from yellow, blue is a little thicker, then it's green, red, and black. Now I will do this one. gives me a little more stretch. And breathing is just as important. So that's shoulder blades, that's arms, all right, yellow, blue, green, I can hardly do green right now. That's how sore I am. So that is pulling on my legs. That's pulling on my arms. And it's just a good stretch. Just stretching out my entire body right now. That's a good stretch. Whew. Okay, that's green. Next color is red. So this is a deep muscle stretch that I really enjoy because I have to use one hand at a time for this one. And I'll just put one hand behind me and pull, and that is all. That pulls right from my shoulder all the way down, and it gets my side torso when I twist. So I'll just hold this for maybe, let's say, 4 breaths. Oh, I was actually shaking just now, just from holding that. Okay, other side, a nice side stretch. Okay, last but not least, the black, which is the absolute strongest. My bands have turned on me around my foot. And these are just the sitting stretches. So, just found one of my sister's earrings on the ground. So glad I didn't step on it. The last one, oh, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I've been studying Spanish, and I believe I am uploading my final Spanish practice that I am going to submit. My black is totally blending with my outfit, but that's okay. We are going to go under, not around my neck, arms, and let that roll down my back, and that feels really good. So frontwards and then roll down my back. Since this is the strongest band, that deep pressure it's putting on my back feels really nice. And what I plan to do is I have a roller that I need to go get, and I will loop my black band through the roller, and then that will roll on my back. So that is my deep stretch for my back. And I'll do a couple more because it feels so good. And that, when I am pushing fully against the band, and then it goes back up to where my shoulders are, and then back down my back, and back to where my shoulders are. That feels really great. And again, I can feel it right here, right in the center where my belly button is. And then stretch. Okay. And then slowly, so you don't pop yourself in the back of your head, take that off. And bring my feet all the way in. And sit all the way up and bring my knees down. And then hold. And then try to get my knees down more and more along the way. For a deep hip stretch. Because all of that jumping really, really can tense up the hips and the joints. And I want to remain flexible in my hips and joints because I need them for climbing up and down the steps. And while I sit here, just do some stretches likewise. I have not gotten to the point where I can release my hands and my feet don't fly out in front of me, but I'm going to try with one hand at a time and reach up towards the ceiling. And bring it back down and reach up towards the ceiling. Not all workouts have to be super powerful and intense. I'm just going to stretch behind me. Ooh, that feels great. Side torso, shoulder blade, neck. It just feels good. Okay, now I'm going to try by releasing both feet. Hands and push up. And push back. And that is that stretch, which feels really good. And this is a classic. Not working out. Nothing intense. This is not Pilates. This isn't yoga. This is just stretching. Stretching. And if you don't have a partner, bands are great. So now I'm going to use all the bands and just fall back. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So just this pull right here feels really good between my arms and my legs. So that might show better sideways. But we'll do this. There we go. So I do not want to knock myself out by running into my door, but just holding this is a nice shoulder stretch. If I were standing, it would make a whole different stretch for my muscles, but this is what I'm doing right now that works. I can even bring my legs up a little bit, arch my back, and that's a really deep stretch. Bring my hands together. And I am hardly working right now. The bands are doing all the work and allowing me to stretch the muscles that I worked out yesterday. I'm gonna get rid of these. I am actually going to tip back my camera and see if that will hold. That will not hold. So for this one, take my word for it. My feet are not going to be on the floor for this stretch here. I'm actually going to swing my feet up to the camera so you can see. This is kind of cheating because it's a workout, but the pull from my shoulders and I want to say almost lengthening my back feels amazing. So I'm going to do that. But right now I'm on my toes. And already just this stretch, and I believe the word is elongation. And that's watching P90X3. It feels good. One, I'm short, so I don't have to bend my knees, flip my legs, dangle. Just this right here is plenty. All right, and then I will bring one foot forward at a time and back down. Other leg forward and back down. And that hurts from all the jumping I did yesterday and all the squats I did yesterday. I'll do one more. And that's done for that side, and one more on this side. That's that. And last but not least, I actually have one more. I have a yoga trapeze downstairs, but since it's downstairs, I am not going to bring it up here. So I have these bars here, and I check the weights before I install them so they are appropriate for tethering. Actually, I'm going to take the black one off of here, and I'm going to tether it here. But I'm going to leave it attached to this piece, and I'm going to put my foot in here, and I'm just going to use it to stretch my leg out. So if I do this, you can no longer see the top of the door, but you can at least see how I tethered it up there. So it's tethered there. And then I have the actual cord down here. I'm just gonna put my foot in there and do a couple stretches. And that's how I'll stretch this leg. Now, if I want more stretch, not to be working out, not to put any more work on the muscle, I would attach the red. So I'll untether it from there, give it some slack, tether here, and that gives me a whole different pull. I can stretch from the front and stretch from the side, and that feels really good. And I can also turn and stretch this way. And we got to keep it even, so I'm going to switch. I don't have to worry about unbanding the red. I can just skip right to the red and black simultaneously. But if I were working out, I would tether all of these colors up to my P90X bar, and this would be a great workout for another day. I'm going to switch to the side. And again, that is really stretching out my side torso, but I can also feel a good stretch right here. And the thing about having sore muscles is you don't want to just take Advil and sleep on it. You need to stretch those muscles out, because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when you're working out, you're actually tearing your muscle. And when you rest, your muscles are rebuilding. It's kind of like the manifestation of stretch marks, if that makes sense. I'm no scientist, but you are, when you're either building muscle or losing muscle and the skin is stretched and then slacks, that's where stretch marks come from. Your muscles are the same way. They are tearing and ripping as you develop them, and that's where that soreness is coming from. So being conscious of what you're doing and stretching is so important so you do not get injuries. Again, disclaimer, I'm just saying, play it safe when you're working out. Do your research, do your homework, and stretch because it's good for you. And that's one reason why it's good to wear shoes, because you can get yourself tracked. Oh, now I'm going to continue to stretch because I can still feel a lot of tightness in my torso and my muscles here, close to my buttocks, and in my calves, because squats and jumping tires is no joke. So I'll probably do a few lunges, and my doorway is my help partner. Do a few toe taps, or I don't know what these are called, but they're great for the back. And again, if I go downstairs on my yoga trapeze, I can stretch my back and elongate my spine, which feels really great. Just bearing all my weight and swinging, it's so relaxing. But that is all for now. There will be more.